Hello everybody, welcome. Round 13 has been done. That's right, the first of the bye round. So good to see everyone was able to actually field a side this week, which is really, really good. And there was actually a lot of high scores, to be honest. So some teams who thought they were missing their stars probably played their better sides. So yeah, it's interesting to see there. So a little bit different, but we'll see how it goes. Once again, as you can tell, I'm here joined by Melly. She's got stuff all over. She's been running the paddocks in there. She's got stuff all over it, which is annoying me a little bit when I'm giving her a pat. All right, but let's get down to the first game. It was Seek and Destroy versus Arse Kickers United. No team here managed to get over 300 points. Disappointing on my behalf, really. Either way, it was a 20-point margin in the end. Seek and Destroy 272 were defeated by Arse Kickers United 292. If we have a look at it, both full forwards only kicked 1 goal each, whereas both half forwards kicked 4 goals each. So that's pretty good there, nice and even. Utility spots, Jack McRae was pretty good. He got 72 for Vossi, whereas Hanbury was a bit down for himself, only got 60 points. In that slop, I thought he would have got a bit more, a few more tackles, but well. And this is the midfielders. Griffin was a bit of a letdown, and so was Kelly, only 32 for Vossi, whereas for me, Bartel got 43, which I was very happy with, and Zorakis got 36. In the rucks, Lullenberger 30, which is now Vossi looks like he's got a ruck, so Vossi must be happy. And the big Segs got 34 for me, so yep, so he's been 30 the last 3 weeks. Who needs Nick Nat? So on your Segs, although it seems like Giles probably only get 1 game, I'm going to have no ruckman in 2 weeks. Anyway, Ollie Wines was alright as a halfback, 50 points, alright. Viney, bad average as a halfback, got 61. And that's for tacklers. Cyril got 16 and Liberatore got 12. So that's that game there. As you can tell, I'm going through things pretty quick through. We're just going to get it all done real quickly today. Vossi, options there. Well, your normal tackler in Mark Blickcavs, whatever. He got 11 tackles this week, where Liberatore only got 4. That would have been the difference in the game. You lost by 20 points, and that there would have been a difference of 20 points. So there we go. And also Brad Ebert, who another debutant for the team, got 28 possessions and 7 tackles. So once again, would have made a difference in terms of if you played Ebert instead of Ryan Griffin. That could have also made a difference and maybe would have won the game there as well. That's the difference there. As for me, a couple of players I could have possibly played. Wasn't really that many options, I suppose. But still, yeah, not really. If you look at it, everyone was pretty where they could be, to be honest. But once again, 272 to Vossi, 292 to me. I'm the winner. I moved to the 3rd spot in the ladder. Woohoo! Pretty happy with that. Alright. Next thing we look at is Rangers Anonymous versus Sugar Daddies. Yes, the Rangers go clear on top. 336 to 297 over the Sugar Daddies. So well done, Rangers. Some inspired moves to put Toby Green in at half forward. He got 45 points as a half forward. Hogan only kicked the 1 goal. Whereas for Sugar Daddies, Cameron's been very down. Kicked the 2 today, but his last 3 or 4 weeks have been shocking, to be honest. But he only got the 14 points, and Redpath had his worst game in about 3 or 4 weeks himself. He only got 12 points. As for the utilities, both utilities were very good. One was extremely exceptional. For Wranglers, Selwell got 77, but Max Gorn 114, included 58 hit-outs in that and 8 tackles. So Gordy, good move there by Sugar to put Max Gorn as his utility. Matthew Boyd and Sam Mitchell, once again, 47 and 42. They both were fantastic. And Robbie Gray was a bit of a letdown for Sugar with 27 in the midfield, and Del Santo only got 36. Robbie Gray was tagged throughout the game, though, so that's a bit of, well, these things happen. Walker had to go into the ruck for Kenner. He got 14 points. Serviceable for a guy that doesn't actually ruck. And Tom Campbell got 17 points as well, and for Sugar as his spare ruck. So yeah, both were let down under 20 points for a ruck, but in the bye rounds, sometimes you're pretty happy with 20 points. As for the halfbacks, Zorko 75 and Callum Ward 53, and Bontempelli both tacklers are actually extraordinary. Not extraordinary, very good, should I say. 30 points for Liam Shields, which is about his average these days, and the Bont got 8 tackles, he got 24 points. Sugar, a few other options there. I mean, Redpath could have gone the full 4 maybe, and maybe put Motlop, or even not even play Redpath and play Motlop. Motlop had 21 kicks, and I'm pretty sure he kicked a goal, I can't remember. As for Kenner, Nathan Jones, he got 25 possessions, 8 tackles, and Scully also got 7 tackles, but you're really not going to take Shields away from your tackler at the moment. So 336 to Kenner, to Rangers Anonymous, 297 to Sugar. Hopefully Kenner continues to do his team throughout these bye rounds and he's not giving people a free win. So we move on to the next game now. It's Renegades versus Gods of Olympus. And that game finished 302 to Renegades versus Gods of Olympus 341. So an unlucky loser, Renegades over 300, but Gods of Olympus for the bye score 341 without his proper side. Could almost be his proper side, who knows, with the changes. But if we look at it, the full forwards combined out of Kirsten and Heaney got a combined total of 1 point. That went to Heaney. Mind you, Heaney did get 13 tackles though. And Michael Walters, very disappointed as a half forward for Stiff. He only got 9 points as a half forward, so very disappointing. Whereas Jack Darling, 35 points. He had 0 at a half time, and they're pretty much just about 4 or 3 junk time goals they were too. So Mick was happy with his junk time. He calls junk time Eddie. How about junk time Jack? Mind you, apparently he was robbed by umpires, as Mick says, the whingy Mick once again. Josh Kennedy, utility. Interesting choices, utility for Josh Kennedy. On Thursday night, he originally had Jack Tengrove as a utility and Stephen Munn as a ruck. Probably should have kept that. Tengrove had 28 hit-outs, 8 tackles, and about 13 or 14 possessions. Kennedy would have been a better half forward. Tengrove as a utility. Probably would have won in the game if he left it the way he had it on Thursday night. Instead, he moved Josh Kennedy to utility, and he only got 59 points. Caniglio, best on ground tonight against Essendon, probably. He got 86 points as a utility, including 29 possessions and 7 tackles as well. So, good effort there from Caniglio. In the midfield, both of Stiff's midfielders actually got off to a flyer on Friday night, to be honest. 46 to Lewis and 46 to Wells. So, Stiff would have been happy after Friday night. Whereas Shuey only got 39, and Mick would have been cursing after Friday night, whereas Isaac Smith only got 20. So, yeah, but oh well. And then Big Golden Jew, 42 in the ruck, but no match to Stephen Martin this week. He got 54 as a ruck, up against no West Coast ruckman, really. Absolutely dominated, but if that continues, who knows? We'll see how it goes. Zach Merritt as a halfback, 63, where Tom Rockcliffe dominated, and his proper position. Is he back from injury? Mick would hope so, because apparently he's making a run to the finals, remember? But he got 38 possessions and 10 tackles for Rockcliffe. So, yeah, if he's back to his position and he keeps on playing Rockcliffe as a halfback and Prudis as a tackler, then Mick's got two positions there pretty much wrapped up. So, very, very good position there, because Prudis got 27 as a tackler, and Barlow actually got 25. Barlow would have got over 100 as a utility. He had 43 possessions. He had 8 tackles, 9 clearances, 2 goals. Barlow was exceptional this week. So Stiff, well, once again, who shoulda, coulda, woulda. Who knows how they're going to be. Other options for Mick also. He played Isaac Heaney as the full forward, but Petrie kicked his season high 3 goals. And for Stiff, Sam Gray got 8 tackles. So Gray's actually got a few tackles the last few weeks. He's got quite a few tackles, to be honest. He's got, I think, 10 last week, 8 this week. So maybe that's an option to maybe play Barlow in a better position. So that one. So that's that game there. Once again, Renegades 302, Gods of Olympus 341. So well done, Mick, making your charge to the finals apparently. Yes. That's right, the voodoo that you do that she does best. Yes, apparently Coley put on his voodoo magic and stopped the Falcons' charge to a win. So well done, Coley. The score on this one was Maltese Falcons 267 versus I'm Rolling 312. It's a good score there. If we look at the games, Aaron Young only got 2 points. It was actually his worst game for the year. Happened to be when he just got drafted into the footywired, so that was alright. In fact, a lot of Kenner's what's his name? Fenix. I stuffed you two up even when we were playing soccer. A lot of Fenix debutants didn't really have that good of a game, to be honest. Well, sorry, two of them had a pretty good game. But anyway, if you look at Aaron Young, only 2 points. Where Tom Hawkins making his debut for I'm Rolling, kicked 4 goals, and let's be honest, I think 3 or maybe 4 of them all come in the 4th quarter. 3 of them in the last 5 minutes. So speaking of junk time, darling, talk about junk time, Tommy boy. The 4th, and also Fenny, just to let you know, Danaher kicked 2 goals. That's 2 weeks in a row he's kicked 2 goals. Oh, who knows? We won't do it next week because I've got bye. The one who could have probably replaced Danaher with was Jack Watts. Had a very bad game this week, but mind you, up in those conditions, it was amazing. Buddy even kicked 4 goals himself, but Melbourne only kicked, I think, 3 goals themselves for the game, so 3 or 4 goals themselves for the game. So Jack Watts only got 15 points, where Chad Wingard got 34 points. Dangerfield got 101. So that's 2 weeks in a row Dangerfield's raised the bat. 101 this week. In fact, if we look at it, we'll go to the next game as well. 3 utilities got over 100 this week, so that's pretty good. Elliot Yeo for I'm Rolling got 82. Inspired move by Coley to play Elliot Yeo as utility, considering up against his old team. Yeo had, I think, 21 possessions, but got 11 tackles and kicked a goal. So well done there. Another inspired move was Pierce Hanley. Got 21 kicks, 15 handballs, 57 points as a midfielder. Whereas making his debut for Falcons, Pittard got 40. Gaff got a usual output of 43, but Birchall was a little bit down, like 30 points this week for I'm Rolling. In the mids, as the ruck, Ruffy was a bit down, only got 11 points, where Stanley making his debut for I'm Rolling got 15 points. So once again, 2 rucks that didn't really score very well, but we know that's going to happen during the bye round. So if you got a ruckman that performs well, you're happy with it. Both halfbacks were a little bit disappointing. Dylan Shields had probably one of his worst games of the year, only got 47 points. Whereas Lockie Hunter, the tackling machine, Lockie Hunter, might add, only got 47 points as a halfback. Absolute tackling machine. Actually, leads the league in uncontested possessions. So why you think he'll get tackles, I don't know. Josh Kelly, Fennick moved him as tackler, maybe because he didn't have many other options, but he only got 8 points as a tackler. Whereas Chris Main has got his tackling form back. He lost it at the start of the year, but he's got it back now. He's got 7 tackles this week. So a few options there. Ben Brown put off a few marks, had 11 kicks, kicked a goal. 11 kicks, 8 marks and a goal. So he would have been a pretty good half forward for Fennick this week. Lindsay Thomas kicked 3 goals. Mind you, the Hawkers kicked 4, so you probably weren't going to do that anyway. Other than that, yeah, so good effort. 267 to Maltese Falcons. And well done to the winner. I'm Rolling 312. I believe you moved back into the 5, unfortunately. But let's move on to the last game. Highest scoring game of the round. Massive scores, actually. So Jabronis unlucky to lose. They lost 328 to No Dumplings 361. The Jabroni stopper, No Dumplings himself, predicted it, and it happened. Well done. The only prediction I've got right all year. But yeah, that's a great game actually, and really high scores. Considering 328 for Jabronis with his full forward and ruck doing nothing, and one midfield doing nothing, it's a pretty good score. But if we look at that, Gunston had only got 1 point, back to his first 2 games of the year form. He got well held against the Roos, so he only got 1 point, whereas Matthew Pavlich had his best game of the year, but he won't travel for the rest of the year. I reckon he'll be 1 week in, 1 week out. Pavlich got 26 points. Stringer, disappointing debut for No Dumplings, only got 11 points. Played more in the mid this week. That might change when a lot of the doggies, mids and backs come back into the team after the bye. So maybe he'll get back to his last year's scoring form. Whereas Menzel, great move, half forward, that one, Menzel. 37 points, kicked 4 goals, got a few marks. So great effort there from Menzel. Saturday night. So the third person to get over the 100 was Luke Parker. Luke Parker got 103 points. That included 17 tackles as utility. So yeah, and then Josh Kennedy, Thought he would have loved the slop as well, but he only got 4 tackles this week, but he got 69 points as utility, so great effort there by Josh Kennedy. Bernie Vince in the midfield, not as good as his last few weeks, only got 21 or 49 points this week, but last few weeks he's been getting over 60, so 49 this week. And Stephen Hill only 27 in the midfield, whereas both of Dash's midfielders clocked up the 100 points. Heath Shaw 58, just missed out on that 60, and David Mundy got 42. In the rucks, Zach Clark had his best game in the ruck ever, and I mean ever, 47 points as a ruck. Whereas McGovern, who didn't really play ruck, so all of his points just come from marks, but Jabroni didn't have any other option, and he only got 5 points. Lockie Neal, once again, high score as a halfback, 78 points. Where Mitch Robinson made a fantastic debut for No Dumplings, 82 points included, 39 possessions as well, so great effort there. Had 4 tackles in the first 4 minutes and only got 2 tackles the rest of the game, so imagine what his score could have been if he kept them going. And both tacklers, both Sydney boys, were awesome. 28 points for Mitchell, 26 points for Jack. Another option, I mean, except for Jack, Dasher might have played McVeigh, who got 9 or 10 tackles as well. He also got 25 possessions, so that's an option there. Whereas Jabroni didn't really have any other options to play for him. So that's the points there. So once again, Jabroni's unlucky loser, 328, great score, but Dumplings 361. I think that might be 2 out of the last 4 weeks, or 2 out of the last 3 weeks, where Jabroni's No Dumplings have got a massive score. Will he keep it up? Well, who knows? So he's going to make a late run for the final. So who's going to make that run for the final? Michael or Dash? Interesting. All right. So let's do with the team of the week now, guys. Full forward, best full forward this week, and probably only be this week. Wouldn't happen any other week this season. Matthew Pavlich was 26 points. Tom Hawkins was next of 24, and then Jeremy Cameron with just the 2 goals at 14. So it wasn't a very good week for the full forwards besides the Hawkins and Pavlich. For the half forwards, Toby Green at 45, LeCras at 42, and Menzel at 37 for the best half forwards. Oh, Millie almost lasted the whole show. She's gone. For the utilities, these 3 utilities were absolute standouts. All got over 100. Gawn 114, Parker 103, and Dangerfield 2 weeks in a row over 100, 101. Heath Shaw kept his spot in the mid, as did Bernie Vince. So Heath Shaw 58, Vince 49, and Pierce Hanley joined him this week with 57. Ruckman, Stephen Martin. Now, what a bad move by Coley. Apparently, he's after that concussion, he was down. They brought Trent West in for about 4 weeks because they wanted Martin to continue playing but not do as much. And now that Martin's right to go, they got rid of West and Martin's back in the ruck on his own. Coley must be spewing he traded him. 54 points for Martin. Zach Clark got 47 and Goldstein got 42. And for halfbacks, 2 Brisbane boys in here. Rockcliffe 91, Mitch Robinson 82, and Lockie Neal 78. And for tacklers, Liam Shields got the best with 30, followed by Mitchell on 28 and Matthew Prittis on 27. So if we go to the ladder, after 13 rounds, the ladder this week, Wranglers Anonymous take a 1-game, 4-point lead on top of the ladder over Renegades. Wranglers Anonymous 9 wins, 36 points. Average points for of 328, or average points per game 328. Renegade second on 32 points, with average score of 318. Followed by myself third, Askies United on 30 points with an average of 315. Jabroni's on fourth on 28 points, average score of 319. Sugar also on 28 points on 313. Thankfully, Collie didn't make the top 5. He's also on 28 points. And he's an average score of 291. Yep, the only team to average under 300. No Dumplings now, only 1 game out of the 5. He's averaging 307. Joined by Second Destroy, No Dumplings, so Second Destroy dropped 1 spot. He's also on 24 points. His average is 300. Gods of Olympus is 6 points behind them, on averaging 311. And now 6 points on bottom, rock bottom. Maltese Falcons averaging 304. Mick still insists I should add 4 or 5 games to him to see where he is because he reckons he's got robbed 4 or 5 games, but Mick's just been a sook. That means that I think now there is only 6 games, maybe 6 or 7 games to go till finals time. So it's all getting close, it's all getting up there. Finals begin, I think, round 18 or 19, whatever it might be. Where are we? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more games to go after this week. So if you're going to make your move, you've got to make it now. There it is. So don't forget, Thursday is a rolling lockout. It's North Adelaide versus North Melbourne. If you don't know what the rolling lockout means, for example, I've got Rory Sloane and Scott Thompson from Adelaide. So I would put one of them on the bench, see how they go, and if they have a blinding game, like a massive game, I might end up having someone not playing as my utility, so they can come in as the utility. However, you do run the risk because if you're full forward, if someone before them doesn't play and is injured, then more than likely you'll miss out on that score. So it is a risk, but it is an option you can play with the rolling locker. That's Thursday. The show will be Wednesday this week, or Wednesday night. Obviously, teams won't be named by them, so we'll just be going with, saying who the best options are for you, or whatever it might be. And yeah, it could just be a really, really quick show. But anyway, thanks very much, guys. Don't forget this week's buys are Fremantle, is that Fremantle? Michael? I can't read that. Essendon. This week's buys, sorry guys. Essendon, Melbourne, Port Adelaide, Sydney, West Coast, and the Western Bulldogs. Thanks everyone. See you later.